Let's talk about the graveyards of ambition. They're filled with half-written books, abandoned business plans, and gym memberships that were used exactly 3 times. Why do so many big goals die? It's often because of what I call the all-or-nothing trap. We believe that to achieve something massive, we need a massive, heroic, single burst of effort. We wait for the perfect moment of inspiration, and when it doesn't come, we do nothing. The goal is so big, so intimidating, that the first step feels impossible.
What if that entire model is wrong? What if the secret to achieving monumental goals has nothing to do with giant leaps and everything to do with a simple, consistent, and relentless philosophy? A philosophy practiced not by titans of industry, but by one of the tiniest and most successful creatures on Earth. Today, we are doing a deep dive. We're not just looking at, we are deconstructing Jim Rohn's brilliant ant philosophy to give you a complete operating system for achievement.
First, we have to ask, why did a genius like Jim Rohn talk about ants? It's because he understood how our brains learn. Our minds can't easily grasp abstract concepts like discipline or foresight, but we can understand a story. An analogy is a handle for a complex idea. It makes the abstract concrete. The ant philosophy isn't just a cute story. It's a sophisticated mental model for success, disguised as a fable. And it starts with a lesson in tenacity. Let's hear the core idea from the man himself.
I used to talk to kids about the ant philosophy. Let me give you a couple of clues now about the ant philosophy. Here's number 1. Ants never quit. If they're going somewhere and you stop them or block their pathway, they'll look for another way, up, down, all around. How long will they keep looking? Till they find another way. See, that's good philosophy, the ant philosophy. Here's another one. Ants think winter all summer. That's why ants appear to be in a hurry all summer. Go, 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 go. Why? Winter, winter, winter. Hurry, hurry, hurry. The clock is running out. Time is running out. Hurry, hurry. Get the food. Bring it back. Get the food. Bring it back. Winter's almost here. Hurry, hurry. See, that's good philosophy. So if you got that note now, be like the ants. Think winter in the summer. Don't think summer in the summer and get faked out. Look how lovely and look how nice. See, that's getting faked out. Ants don't do that. They think winter all summer. Now here's the next one. You got to think summer all winter. In the winter, you got to say, we won't be in here long. We'll soon be out of here. We'll be out there working and gathering more food and providing for the future. This winter won't last long. We'll soon be out of here. So the key is to think summer in the winter and think winter in the summer. Now, if somebody needs help on this, you've got to learn how to put it in such a way. And giving them the ant story is one of the best. Think winter in the summer, and then think summer in the winter. Think negative when it's positive, and then think positive when it's negative. Isn't that a challenge? The answer is yes, that's a challenge, but that's life. That's the deal. How often does winter follow fall? Every year. Years ago, I did a series of lectures for Chevron dealers and their management. All over America, even up in Alaska and over in Hawaii. When I first started giving them this series of lectures, the management and some of the leaders of the Chevron Corporation called me in and we had a nice talk. And they said, well, first of all, Mr. Rohn, we'd like to get acquainted, and we've heard about your presentation, and we think you might be able to share some good ideas. And they said, by the way, you travel the world, and right, you know a lot of corporate executives, and you've been in business for a long time all around the world. They asked me, what do you think the next 10 years are going to be like? And I said to them, gentlemen, you have asked the right person. So their eyes lit up. I said, I do have experience. I have traveled the world, and I've lived a long time, and I really know the deal. And here's how the next 10 years are going to be. About like the last 10. Right. Winter follows fall. Some are easy and some are hard. Some are difficult and some are simple. And then spring follows winter. For how many years now? 6,000 years of recorded history. So it isn't going to change. Here's the essence of life. Opportunity mixed with difficulty. That's about as simple as you can put it from the beginning.
4 pillars. Let's spend the next few minutes deconstructing each one, starting with the most misunderstood.
Pillar 1. Ants never quit. Persistent problem solving.
When most people hear "never quit," they picture someone mindlessly banging their head against a brick wall. That's not Rohn's lesson. This isn't about stubbornness. It's about intelligent adaptation. The ant doesn't quit on the destination, the nest. It quits on the path that isn't working. It immediately starts looking for another way. The goal is fixed, but the strategy is infinitely flexible.
The trap is mindless persistence. The trap is falling in love with your first plan. The YouTuber who keeps making the same type of videos that get no views. The entrepreneur who keeps pouring money into a marketing strategy that isn't converting. They are being stubborn, not persistent. Deconstruction means knowing the difference. The real question is this strategy failing, or am I failing to execute?
Psychology check. Our brains are wired for the path of least resistance. When we hit a real obstacle, the easy emotional response is to shut down. The ant's philosophy is a conscious override of that default setting. It's a pre-programmed command. Obstacle detected, initiating alternative route scan. Real-world example. Think about starting this YouTube channel. The goal is to build an audience. Plan A might be long 14-minute videos. If they don't get traction, do I quit? No. I try Plan B, creating shorter 1-minute clips for YouTube Shorts. Then Plan C, collaborating with another creator. I never quit on the goal, only on the failing methods.
Pillar 2. Ants think winter all summer. Prudent preparation.
This pillar is a direct assault on one of the most dangerous human biases, prosperity blindness. It's the naive belief that good times will last forever. Rohn is teaching us to be a happy pessimist. Enjoy the sunshine, but know that clouds are a natural part of the cycle. You use periods of abundance to build a fortress against future scarcity. The trap. Living at 100%. The trap is when your lifestyle expands to meet your income perfectly. You get a raise, you get a bigger car payment. You have a great quarter in your business, you take a lavish vacation. You leave no surplus, no buffer. You're building a life on a knife's edge. Winter always comes in the form of a layoff, a market crash, a health issue. The question is whether you'll have a coat when it arrives.
What does winter represent? It's not just financial. Career winter. Your skills become obsolete. You prepare by learning new ones in the summer. Health winter. An unexpected illness. You prepare by eating well and exercising in the summer. Relationship winter. A conflict or crisis. You prepare by investing time and communication in the summer. This isn't about fear, it's about wisdom. It's the calm confidence that comes from knowing you are prepared.
Pillar 3. Ants think summer all winter. Grounded optimism.
This is the emotional engine that powers you through the inevitable winters. It's the power of vision. During the darkest times, the ants know that spring is on its way. It's not a hope, it's a certainty baked into their existence. They hold on to the memory of the sun. For us, this means holding on to the vision of our goals.
The trap: unrealistic versus grounded optimism. This isn't about toxic positivity or delusion. It's not sitting in the snow saying I'm not cold. That's lying to yourself. Grounded optimism is sitting in the snow and saying, I am cold. This is hard. But I have a plan to get inside, and I know the sun will be out tomorrow. It's optimism paired with action.
Psychology check. This is about connecting with your future self. Psychologists have found that the more vividly you can picture your future self and your future goals, the more likely you are to make good decisions in the present. Thinking summer is a daily exercise in visiting that successful future self, borrowing their strength and bringing it back to your present winter.
Pillar 4, all that it possibly can, maximizing potential. We end with the most profound pillar. This is the difference between an average life and an exceptional one. This is the philosophy of mastery. The ant doesn't have a good enough setting. It doesn't fill a quota and then take the rest of the day off. Its internal programming is simply maximize. The trap, the good enough plateau. This is the most comfortable and dangerous place to live. You do enough to not get fired. You put in enough effort to get a B in the class. You're good enough. But good enough is the enemy of greatness. Rohn taught that life pays you for the value you bring, and by settling for good enough, you are voluntarily capping your own value. Example: think about a customer service email. The good enough response answers the question. The all you possibly can response answers the question, anticipates their next question, and answers that too, and includes a link to a helpful resource they didn't even know they needed. Which person becomes indispensable? Which person gets promoted? It's the ant.
The implementation plan. Your ant challenge.
Okay, we've deconstructed the theory. Now let's build the practice. A philosophy is useless until it's applied. Here is your implementation plan. I don't want you to do all 4 at once. That leads to the all-or-nothing trap we started with. For the next 7 days, choose the one pillar that you need most right now. If you feel stuck, choose pillar 1. Your task: identify your biggest obstacle and schedule 30 minutes to brainstorm 3 new, completely different ways to approach it. Don't judge the ideas, just generate them. If you feel anxious about the future, choose pillar 2. Your task: perform 1 act of thinking winter. Put $20 into a savings account, spend 30 minutes learning a new skill on YouTube, or schedule that checkup you've been avoiding. If you feel discouraged, choose pillar 3. Your task: spend 15 minutes writing in detail about what success looks like 1 year from now. What does your day look like? How do you feel? Read it every morning for a week. If you feel you're coasting, choose pillar 4. Your task: identify 1 important task on your to-do list and ask, what would this look like if it were 10% better? Then do that. The ant philosophy is a system. The 4 pillars support each other. You need the optimism of winter to have the strength to never quit. You need to maximize your effort in the summer to have enough to prepare for winter. It's a beautiful, interconnected loop of success. It's not about one heroic moment. It's about thousands of tiny, disciplined, ant-like steps.
Now, I want to hear from you. Be honest. Which pillar do you need to work on the most right now? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let me know in the comments. There's power in declaring it, and I want to see what you're all working on.
If this deep dive was valuable to you, do me a favor and hit that like button. It tells YouTube that this kind of analysis is worth sharing.
And subscribe to the Philosophy Decode for more masterclasses on the philosophies that build an exceptional life.
Thanks for watching. Now go be the ant.